After 40 years of marriage, Grete Winton thought she knew everything there was to know about her husband. But one day, as she was clearing out the attic, she finds a single old scrapbook. Her heart pounding, she opens it. To her surprise, she finds photos, documents, and even letters. She turned to her husband Nicholas and asked him about it. He didn't try to hide it, but for 4 decades, he hadn't even hinted at the truth. Hello friend, welcome to case file number 5, and today we are going to discover what was inside that book. Let us go back in time to understand where it all started. The year is 1938 and the world is on the brink of World War II. Hitler has forcibly claimed the Sudetenland, a part of Czechoslovakia. In Prague, the capital city, thousands of refugees are living in freezing, desperate conditions in makeshift camps waiting for the inevitable Hitler-led Nazi to come and capture the city and eventually the rest of the country. But amidst all this, meet Nicholas Winton, a 29-year-old stockbroker from London. He's living a comfortable life and is planning his trip to the Swiss Alps. But then a phone call from a friend changed everything. His friend Martin Black tells him to forget the skiing and come visit Prague. It was this trip that changed everything. After arriving in Prague, he sees thousands of refugees are living in freezing, desperate conditions in makeshift camps waiting for the inevitable invasion. They were just hopeless and it really seemed dark. Every day he spent in Prague, the Nazis were coming closer to the borders to invade the city. Winton realized that while the adults were likely lost, the children could be saved if they could be moved to Britain. He saw families in the cold, desperate to get their children out before the borders closed. But the problem for Winton is that he didn't have a plan. He didn't have funding, but he knew that something was to be done. The British government was so cold about refugees at the time because they didn't want to be financially responsible for them. So they demanded a £50 guarantee per child, and that's around like $3,000 today if you were to bring someone in the country. So every time Winton wanted to bring a child over, he had to prove that he had the money to cover their eventual repatriation costs after the war. So Winton is a problem. For one child to enter the country, a £50 guarantee is needed, and he wants to save many children. So he then writes to newspapers and he begs wealthy contacts and even uses his own network to raise the funds. So Winton had his team in the capital city Prague, Trevor Chadwick and Doreen Wariner, who were responsible for getting the kids into trains to come to the Great Britain. With his team, they managed to save 669 children. But on September 1st, 1939, the Nazis arrived and closed the borders. Unfortunately, the borders were closed and the final train carrying 250 more children never left. And sadly, they were lost. But here is the part that messes up with my head. After the war, he didn't go to the TV broadcasters or the newspapers. I mean, he had newsworthy stuff. He could tell them about his heroic act. And of course, he would gain attention, fame, popularity, and even be knighted by the Queen herself. But he didn't do this. He went on to live his normal life as if nothing had ever happened. He never looked for credit or go about telling everyone what he did. He stayed a secret for about 5 decades until his wife Grete found the single scrapbook in 1988. Grete, his wife, thought that this was too big a news to be kept a secret. So she contacted the BBC to let them hear this incredible story that she had. The producers of the program did an investigative work and tracked down all the children that were saved during that time. Nicholas Winton was invited to the BBC show under the guise that there was an interesting story that was to be talked about. The show commences and the host turns to the audience and the host says, "Is there anyone in the audience who owes their life to Nicholas Winton?" The children he saved roughly 50 years ago were in front of him, grown up as adults with families of their own. This was a moving, a touching and emotional moment, striking to make a grown man cry. After the broadcast, he was flooded with letters of thanks from all over the world, and in 2003, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, becoming Sir Nicholas Winton. After analyzing this file, I realized that Sir Winton was okay with the idea of him dying and no one knowing of the heroic acts that he did. He didn't do it for the clout. He didn't do it for the praise. He did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. I hope we can learn one or two things from him, in that whatever we do, let us not let the right hand know what the left hand did. Thank you for watching and see you on the next file.